Hey y'all, and welcome back. I'm Ashley, and today I am sharing my March TBR. When I started to think about what I wanted to read in March, I first of all, could not believe that it was already March. I mean, I feel like this year is going so fast but slow at the same time. Does anybody else feel that way? Like, you know, that whole thing where the days are long but the months are short. Yeah, I definitely feel that going on this year. So anyway, for my March TBR, I started browsing my shelves because I definitely want to eliminate some of the books on my shelves, not eliminate them, but this is my TBR, meaning I have not read any of these books yet. And also, if you're wondering, leave me a comment below to guess how many books you think is on this shelf. I will tell you at the end of the video, so stick around and you can figure out how many books is on my TBR. So as I was looking at this shelf, I picked out one book to kind of help me decide my theme. And the one that I picked out is How to Walk Away by Catherine Center. So I have really been wanting to read this book. Also, it's bright red, so it kind of like stands out on the shelf. But as I was looking at it, I was like, oh, you know what? I didn't realize that there were like flowers, and there's actually like flowers on the spine of it as well, which is kind of what caught my attention. Like, what is that? And so as I looked at it, I saw that there were flowers on the cover, and I was like, you know, I've really been wanting spring to come already, because with all of this winter weather, I'm ready for the warmer weather. So let's use this as my like starting off book and choose flowers on the cover as my theme for March, because all of my months are going to have themes around what books I read. So this is my first option of flowers on the cover. After I picked out the flowers on the cover, I was really worried that I wouldn't have 3 books that had flowers on the cover, and I was like, okay, this might be a little bit difficult, but we're gonna try it anyway. So I started looking around and I found this next book. It is Islands of Sweet Pies and Soldiers by Sarah Ackerman, and we have a little flower down here. So this is awesome that I found this book, because like I said, I was starting to worry that I didn't have books with flowers on the covers. Most of what I read is thrillers, and typically they don't have flowers. So I love Sarah's books. I love that she writes about Hawaii and that I can transport myself to some tropical place, especially that most of her books, at least that I've read so far, are historical fiction based in Hawaii around wartime, and I absolutely love some historical fiction. So I am looking forward to this book in March. And I should just go ahead and say that I have options for this month. It ended up being that I had a lot of books with flowers on the covers, and I was only planning on reading 3 books each month. I do need to catch up a little bit from January and February, so I can do it this month if I wanted to, but I also, you know, if I don't feel like reading a book, I'm not obligated to 3 books. I have chosen some options. So the next one that I found is actually one that I recently purchased when I was going back and looking at my book haul stack. I realized that this book has flowers on the cover, and that is Debbie Macomber. I don't know why I have such trouble with her name. Debbie Macomber's Cottage by the Sea, and I still could be saying that wrong. I am so horrible with pronouncing names. So this one has flowers all over. There's some bushes down here with flowers. So I also just love Debbie's books, and I can't wait to get into this one. She has written some wonderful series. I finished one of her series. I am in the middle of another one, and so I was happy to find this one, and it fits with my theme. The next book, I don't know why I didn't think of this one, because the flower is fairly obvious. I always thought that this was a lollipop that was shattering, but I'm not sure how I got that idea. I mean, there's a leaf right here, so I should have been able to figure it out that it's a flower. Yes, but now that I figured out that it's a flower, I absolutely love this book for this theme. It is The Husband's Secret by Lainey Moriarty. Again, horrible with names. I feel like I should know this, but I could be mispronouncing that completely. So sorry if I do. And I actually feel like I just bought this based on other people's recommendations of it. I don't even know what it's about, but I love the cover, and so it has the potential to be read this month. The last book on my possible TBR for this month, I feel like I should have figured this out way sooner, and I'm pretty sure the only reason that I didn't was I was going in alphabetical order by author's last name. So A's are up there with Ackerman being on the top and WXYZ's down at the bottom. And that is probably the reason that this book was one of the last ones to get looked at, because it is by Cheryl Woods. Flower is in the title, so it's bound to have flowers on the cover, and of course it does. Cheryl Woods, Flowers on Main, and there are flowers all over this little town square. This is a second book in a series, and so I'm really questioning if I want to read it now or if I want to wait and have a month that is reading the second book in a series, a sequel, something like that, like finishing a book in a series. So I don't know if I want to hold on to this, or if I want to read it this month, because I really loved the first book, which was Chesapeake Shores. You'd think that I'd know by now. The Inn at Eagle Cove. I believe it is the Chesapeake Shores series, but the first book is the Inn at Eagle Cove. Point? Oh my goodness, I don't know. I'll leave it down here. But it was really good. I really liked it. I read it probably about a year ago, maybe a little less than a year ago. And I couldn't wait to get the second book and read it. So with that is my 5 options for March. I will be updating my Instagram account, The Scientific Bookworm. It is linked in the description below if you would like to follow along and see what I actually read this month. I will also most likely leave my opinions of the books that I do read. In addition, if you would like to see other content related to books, please leave that in the comments below as well, because I enjoy talking about my TBRs, but I don't know if that's enjoyable to y'all. I don't know if that is informational to you. I do have a pretty eclectic book taste, but that doesn't mean that me just telling you what my book TBR is helpful to you. So leave me some feedback in the comments below, because I would really like to hear back from you if you would rather hear my reviews of the previous month. So like, instead of doing my TBR now, to give you my reviews of the books that I read in February. That's just one idea that I've had. So let me know what you're thinking. Also, as promised, the number of books on my TBR shelf is 100. I have exactly 100 books that I have not read. So I'm trying to get that down. I feel like this bookshelf could like topple over at any second with all of these books on it, and I do not want to be crushed underneath. So this year my goal is to get some of these books off of this TBR shelf and onto my red shelf. So thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing your comments, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye guys.